Hi guys, back once again, and this time it's the finale of Lost in Space. And I've got to tell you, I had to collect myself because I had to calm myself down because honestly, I was crying tears of laughter at this episode. It was immense amounts of fun, just absurdity in its absolute grand splendour. When it comes to jumping the shark, this show turns it into an Olympic event. It just, honestly, it does. So, where to begin? Well, at the start of the episode, we've got the robot that is now under the control of Dr. Smith. I have no idea how this robot's supposed to work. It seems to just respond to whoever turns it on. I have no clue how it's programmed or how it works. And I don't think, I mean, after watching the episode, I still have no clue how that thing's supposed to work. But it doesn't matter. Everybody's lifting off the planet, then the Robinsons have snuck off the ship and have stayed with the Jupiter 2. Dr. Smith shows back up with Judy and the robot, now under her command, and they get on board the Jupiter 2, and they turn out that they find out that Will's been in contact with John, who's up in space with Dom, who's hunkering into a piece of space wreckage. Okay, alright, okay, fair enough. They decide to take off and cue volcano in 3, 2, 1. A volcano! You can't even give them a lift off without dramatic flair. I mean, really, honestly, it just cut me up, that did. Of course there's a volcano. Why wouldn't there be a volcano? Particularly when you're just about to leave. It's been there this entire time. Oh God, I've got written down here, volcano. Why? Dramatic plot device. That's why. Awesome stuff. Awesome. You've got Maureen, who supposed to be is this extremely smart, intelligent woman, finally actually plays to some of that and snares Dr. Smith and the robot into a trap whereby they sealed in this room, and you know, it shows how well thought out this show is when the robot can push a 5-ton rock but can't break a pane of glass. It's really and truly, this room has been so well engineered. It's amazing stuff. You've got Maureen then, who is attempting to retrieve, or is looking for John, and they're aboard a piece of wreckage which just happens to have fuel on there that it can ignite, that it can produce a burst so that it's a signal so that they can see it in space and then go pick them up. And there's a harpoon on board because reasons, and they're going to use the harpoon and they fire off. There is almost every single piece of action drama that you can ever possibly get, all crammed into this one episode. They launch the harpoon, it ain't long enough. They're not within range. Dr. Smith and the robot escape. There's a fight in the garage. This episode literally just smeared it on. Just absolutely smart. There's not a great deal of plot going on in this episode. It was just really sort of pedal to the metal and just go for it. And yeah, I've got written here as well that the crank for the door is on the wrong side again. What is it with people putting the damn controls on the wrong side? Well, why isn't there one on both sides? Drama, that's why. Yeah, and then you've got this whole bit then where there's this whole fight in the garage between Maureen and this arm that was used for putting the wheel on the chariot, and she's beating the robot with it. Robot goes out the airlock, and guess what? Comes back in. Of course it does. I've watched Alien as well. I knew that was going to happen. I knew what you were doing. Of course the alien was, the robot was going to come back, because I saw it way back when it happened to Sigourney Weaver. So just honestly, if you can think of a sci-fi trope or an action beat, I mean, they were just shy of a rope bridge break-in, weren't they? They had absolutely everything else in this show that you could ever possibly want. I have no idea what they're going to do next season. You know, next season they're going to maybe have a tower, possibly with a clock on it, and a wire coming down, and, you know, having to hit the wire at the right speed, you know, because a lightning bolt's about to strike. Possibly. That could happen. But just everything. They threw absolutely everything into this. Maybe it was too much, but I mean, I was just having a damn good old time with this show. That's pretty much it for Lost in Space. Again, not a lot to say about episode 10. It was a good wrap up, and we knew that they were gonna end up getting lost somehow, even though they were already lost. The alien football decides to plug itself into the ship and warps them away. No explanation, no understanding, no why. I don't care. It just did, and I'm okay with saying I don't care about that either, because it was just brilliant stuff. Why wouldn't they do that? Of course. I don't think many shows could get away with it, but for some reason, I don't know why, this one did. For me anyway. It was ridiculous, it was silly, it was nonsensical, but it somehow pulled it off. Like I said, I have no idea what it's going to do next season, or where it's going to go. I'm looking forward to it though. I am genuinely looking forward to it. I've got an absolute love for this show, possibly not for the right reasons. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. Best episode for me was episode 3. That was whereby the show where I suddenly sort of snapped into what this show really is, and I just relaxed into it, and I had the most fun with episode 3. Best actor on the show, Parker Posey, easily. That woman makes my skin crawl every time she's on screen, and even though she's got ridiculously tall hair that goes out of frame, but yeah, she was absolutely amazing in it. The kid that played Will Robinson was really good, absolutely really good. Kid could almost cry on cue. It was amazing. Like, almost any time you can get him on screen, he was just like, and cry now. Yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff. I tell you what though, I thought one of the best actors in the show, aside from Parker Posey, was the kid that played VJ. I thought he'd done a brilliant job. I genuinely, I thought he might get shuffled into the mix of all these good actors in the show, but for me he was one of the sort of standout performers in the show as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got to say about Lost in Space episode 10. Balls to the wall action finale with every action beat you can possibly imagine.